Welcome into Fourth Quarter Live. It is again Adam Jones and Chuck McKenney from Red's Army watching the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. First game after the All-Star break, big test for the Celtics, and we are going to find out here on Fourth Quarter Live if they pass it. They're trailing by 6. Mirotic just hit a couple of threes here, so it's kind of fluctuated between a possession and 2 possessions here in this second half. Chuck, Kyrie has not been good all game. He just knocked down a 3. We were just talking about this off air, and you guys can jump in, upper right-hand corner of your screen on the fan line. If you want to talk to us there, you can chat. But we'd encourage you to jump in on the fan line again, upper right-hand corner, weigh in on Kyrie, weigh in on this team at the All-Star break, everything surrounding this team at the All-Star break. But we were just talking about this, Chuck, right before we got on the air, that on the one hand, it's going to be hard for the Celtics to win if they keep shooting like they are. And at last check, they were right around 33%. On the other hand, can Kyrie stay this bad? Can the Celtics stay this bad? Like, the law of averages should come back around for them, right?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, we're lucky in that Milwaukee has been equally as bad. I mean,
That's
I think
true. That's true.
37%, and they've had a ton of turnovers, so they're not lighting it up, and that's benefiting us. And I think, we've seen enough where we think, if Kyrie can rattle off 10 points, 5 buckets in a row midway through the fourth, then that can spark this team or carry this team. So that's an option. But man, I still would not like to be there. There's just so many guys missing shots here. Horford's been great, and his shooting percentage isn't great tonight. But he's blocking shots. He's
been everywhere. Yeah, he's been everywhere.
He's been having a hell of a game. And then Brown has been pretty good on the second unit. Yep. But other than that, just a lot of garbage. Yeah,
it's been tough. And by the way, Brad's dipping into the bench a little bit. You pointed this out. He got away from his Daniel Tice matchup. He's stealing some minutes here from Yabu at the end of the third quarter. So we'll see. We'll see how these rotations work out down the stretch for the Celtics, who trail by 5, despite Kyrie Irving shooting 4 of 17 with about 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. What have you seen from Kyrie tonight? We all know he's struggling. Why? Is it rust? Is it he forcing? What are you seeing from Kyrie where we're getting these numbers?
Well, I see Milwaukee closing on him when he gets into the paint. So he's missed a lot of makeable shots, or shots he normally makes. I don't want to call them, there's still some difficult ones. So we've seen him have some of these shooting nights. But for me, a lot of it's his body language is not good. His hustle back on defense is not good. There's been time where he's been more focused on complaining than getting back. So he had a couple steals, I think, in the third quarter. But there wasn't, and he's been very good defensively this year, even, by his low standard.
Right, yeah.
Hustling, playing hard, diving for loose balls. We didn't see any of that in the first half. We saw a bit more in the third. So you'd like to see a player whose shot is way off to kind of pick it up in other areas, and we're not. And I think a lot of us, at least Celtics fans on Twitter, are a little miffed, especially that, all the bullshit with his comments and stuff. If he's going to kind of lash out at the media, then, bring your A game, buddy. And we're not seeing it.
So it feels logical to connect those two, right? Like I don't think that would be a stretch. I know some may want to not connect the two and just say, oh, well, it's first game back from the All-Star break. That's right where my brain goes. Like, is Kyrie forcing the action after he has taken somewhat of a beating, well-deserved beating, by the way, but somewhat of a beating over the last couple of days? And I agree with you 100% on the body language. The one that sticks out to me is he forced that 3 in the first half. It was like the right wing in transition. He thought he was going to get the contact. He didn't get the contact. He forces it up, like gliding to his right. Doesn't get the call, turns to the official, starts walking back down the court, and then next thing you know, Milwaukee hits a 3, I think, in the corner. And it's like, that's such a massive swing that could have easily been controlled by hustling and being in the game. And it feels like his mind is elsewhere. And I think you could trace it back to everything. The bullshit, as you put it, is probably a good way of putting it. I think you can trace it back to that. I do.
Possibly, I don't know. He's hard to read, right? But
that's true.
I feel like once a few more jumpers go down, and then I think he's a player who will feed off of his offense, right? We see him; he tries to pick up the pace on offense. We were just commenting on, He'll be going through the legs really hard, trying to create some space. So he does have that energy there when he wants it. He's very frustrating in so many different areas. He's just very frustrating, and I thought we'd see a little more fire out of him tonight. It's been nice to see Al. Al's one who looks rested.
There's Kyrie.
Wow, working the offensive glass.
Little something. You don't see that one every day.
Horford's already played, I think, what's he up to, like 27 minutes? So if Brad's going to lean on him into the fourth quarter, let's see. Oh, Jalen, go.
Nice. Second best dunk of the night for Jalen. That dunk in traffic in the first half was legit.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Legit.
Yeah.
So Celtics got a point here late in the third quarter. I know you guys have thoughts, by the way, on Kyrie Irving. I know you do. We talked to you on the radio. Fan line, upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can get in touch on the chat as well. But lots of thoughts on Kyrie Irving, his comments, and, how he's played tonight with the Celtics now down 2 possessions late in the third quarter. Do you make a connection? And furthermore, what do you think out of Kyrie Irving? I didn't get your thoughts, Chuck, on Kyrie playing in the All-Star game, missing a couple of games before. There's that whole piece to it as well. That doesn't bother you?
No, I mean, they were being conservative with him. We would have liked him to play that Philadelphia game.
You think they were being conservative with him, or he was being conservative with himself? Like that's what I wonder.
I don't think Kyrie is. I don't think it's a matter of him asking out of those regular season games. I'm fairly certain it's the team being conservative. They've been that way with players all season long with injury. So I feel like they were more than willing to have him rest those games. And you saw the All-Star game. Come on, it was just 20 minutes of just a shoot around.
I mean, true, but didn't Gordon Hayward just get hurt in a practice? Didn't Embiid get hurt in the All-Star game? So, my beef is not, by the way, with him getting hurt. I didn't think he was going to get hurt in the All-Star game. That was never my beef. Okay. I think it's a terrible look as a leader to play in that game that does not matter whatsoever, and then not play in the games right before. I just think that's a bad look. That was always my issue. I was not overly concerned about him getting hurt.
By the team. What if it's mandated by the team? Look, we want you to rest. We're putting you on the shelf. Kyrie, I could probably go.
If it were, I wonder. That's how I would play.
Out of those games. So then you're that's pretty critical to say you're thinking he asked out of the game.
I am being critical. Yeah, I don't know where his head's at. I don't know. His head's halfway in New York, so I wonder if he wants to follow through on these games. Yes.
So were you reading lips on the Durant video too?
So I do not actually believe that they were doing the two match. As fun as that is to talk about, they're not. I don't think they're that stupid to do that right out in the open like that. But do I think they talked about it while they were together in Charlotte? Absolutely. No, that's how the All-Star game works. That's what they do.
I'm sure of it. Absolutely. I'm sure that they talk about free agency or how the season's going. And
they probably talked about the 2 max slots. They just weren't dumb enough to do it in the hallway, I don't think. I don't think they're that stupid.
I'm also, we hear about Kyrie recruiting all the time to Boston, whether it's Anthony Davis. There's no reason why he couldn't say, hey, you come to KD, you come here, we'll make the room for you. I mean, why couldn't that be part of the conversation?
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, to get Durant here, what do they have to move? Hayward?
Well, somebody, but I mean, they could figure it out.
I mean, if it's Hayward, that's not happening. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's Horford. I mean, a big number has to go to get Durant here would be my point.
Yeah, but there is a formula, right? So Golden State. I mean, I hate to really go too far down this road, but if Golden State knows that Durant's leaving and their cap situation as is, where they just can't take that $35 million and go buy somebody else, then they would consider a sign and trade to get some value in return. Why wouldn't they consider Hayward or Horford or some combination?
Is Hayward in particular, is that value? That feels like that's just dragging your books down.
I think if you were to see enough out of Hayward through the remainder of the season, then maybe they'd say, yes, he's healthy. He looked a lot better. Sure. But their option is, I mean, I think they're so far over the cap, right? They have to re-up Klay Thompson that, they could let Durant walk, but they wouldn't have any money to sign anybody. And Hayward only has 2 more years. I'm not saying it's
It's been a long, not even 2 to this point, though, and imagine 2 more on top of it.
Look, I think, if you're Golden State and you feel like he's completely healthy and that's an op, and he looks better the second half or the final stretch here, has a decent playoff, you consider it. That's all I'm saying. There is a path, I think.
I want to reward the chat line here. The chat line's firing again. Fan line, upper right-hand corner of your screen. Don't make me beg. Don't make me beg on the fan line. I've done it before. It is not beneath me. But again, it's in the upper right-hand corner of your screen to chat with Adam Jones from the Sports Hub and Chuck McKenney from Reds Army. Jay on the chat wants to know, or excuse me, it's not Jay. It is Kyle. Never seen Kyrie this off, and it just feels like the fit doesn't work. Tatum's the guy, and it doesn't mean we can't contend right away. You're shaking your head.
Well,
you're shaking your head at Kyle.
The fit is not off. I mean, we've seen the Celtics offense look very good with Irving. Okay, so I just don't, just because he's had a terrible shooting night doesn't mean the fit is off. Nobody else,
how about the fact that they're tied for 4th in the East? And can that mean the fit's off? Because that's a larger sample size.
The fit maybe, yes. Okay, so to follow that path, yes. But is it Kyrie? Is he the problem? Again, I'm not. I don't think so. Like, rationally, I don't think so. But at the same time, they play really well when he's out of the lineup. Like, are they better? I don't know. But I think we can agree they've played well when he's out of the lineup, including probably their best win of the year. I think the schedule that they end up playing when he's not in is much weaker.
I don't disagree with that, but again, probably their best win of the year came without him.
Toronto, the overtime game in Toronto that he played?
Philly game when the guys are calling each other out. Marcus Morris says it's not fun anymore. That was a big response game, and that was without Kyrie.
That was Hayward's big game too, right? He had 26. So
that's true. Hayward was great. Hayward was great. He was fantastic in that game. That's true. So you don't buy the narrative that they. I mean, it's inarguable they play well without Kyrie, but I'm not sure that they're better. By the way, Brogdon's shot is disgusting. I know he's a nice little player, but his shot is gross. As the Bucks take an 8-point lead, I guess I don't know. I didn't remember that from the series last year, but that stuck out to me earlier. He took one open 3, and I was like, ugh. It was like watching Smart.
Yeah, what I did notice is that he's unable to drive to the rim against Horford. I think 2 of Al's blocks were on Brogdon.
Horford swatted him a couple of times. That's true.
Al's not Mutombo, right? But he can block some shots, but Brogdon's not a leaper at all.
Let me ask you, and I know I've asked you this periodically in the random fourth quarters that we've done. And by the way, this is actually a good one. This is another close one that we have. We had the Lakers game. That was a close one. We have this game now. But I've asked you this periodically, I know. Refresh my memory on your stance. Who is the biggest threat? Is it Toronto? Is it Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference for the Celtics?
I still think I think I would fear Toronto. I'm still not certain how the Marc Gasol is going to fit in there. But the Bucks, I think it's more of their supporting cast that I'm not so certain is going to show up in the playoffs and make big shots. I mean, we saw Middleton play very well in the playoffs last year, but I'm just not sure everybody else is going to be able to step up.
Brook Lopez and Eric Bledsoe and Brogdon's gross shot. Like, I'm with you. I'm not
right.
Giannis is amazing. Like, Giannis is incredible, and obviously he's a huge weapon to have. Though the Celtics guard him a little bit like they guard Ben Simmons. They don't even bother out by the 3-point line, which is a major flaw in his game. But I don't know. You see enough guys add that shot. Even here with the Celtics, we've seen guys add that shot where I wouldn't rule that out in the future. But right now, he's incredible. The rest of their team, I just look at it and I say, I like all those other matchups for the Celtics. Like, whoever's on Giannis, you're going to lose that matchup. Every other matchup on the floor, I like for the Celtics. And against Toronto, I feel like it's much more balanced. Despite how good Milwaukee's been, I'm not a big believer in the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think in the pregame they were talking about how they're top 5 on offense and defense, and they've had a great stretch here. And it seems silly to discount them, but I just think it's that sort of you remember the Hawks from a few years back before Al came over, right? They were a 60-win team, but you kind of had that feeling like maybe some of those guys weren't playoff tested, weren't the type of guys who were going to be able to step up when Giannis needs a supporting actor there. So that's what's holding me back. And then maybe in another year as they continue to grow, I would buy into it a little bit more. It's that intangible thing that I just am not. I'm more afraid of. Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry. Toronto just has some really good. Even Ibaka. They just have some energy guys. They have a good mix. I'm more concerned about them.
Yeah, and Lowry is not having a great year, but I agree. No. Like if it's a big spot, I feel like he's making the shot. And
I feel like he's done it before. He scares me.
Yeah,
in those situations.
So we're keeping an eye here on the fourth quarter. Celtics trail by 8, 79-71 after that Brogdon 3. How do you feel about this situation the Celtics are in right now? Is this a problem spot? Is this a spot where they got to come through? It's early in the fourth, but it's as much as they've been down. The game slowly slid away from them after their early start. How much of a danger area is this?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Because I feel like in a blink, Milwaukee can push this up to 14, but I don't think they've played consistent enough in this game for me to think that they can drop the hammer here. So
is that the guy they got to keep going to, the Celtics, Horford? He's been awesome. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be, in that could be in that 6-point range, even with 3 to 4 minutes to go. I just think they're going to go back and forth. Milwaukee just hasn't played well tonight. So I'm not scared. I know that sounds a little silly, but they just haven't played that well. They've been careless with the ball. They haven't shot lights out. So I'm not scared yet.
I am amazed at Al Horford, and maybe it's as simple as he just had a week off, but it does seem like there are these games. And you know me, I'm not the biggest Horford guy. I like his game. I've never liked that contract from day one. Yeah. And he has these games where the energy is just through the roof. And again, maybe it's as simple as they just had a week off, but it's noticeable tonight. He is springy. He's everywhere. And
he was great against Philly too, right?
Yes.
His defense on Embiid was solid. So yeah, I think he deserves the nickname Big Game Al.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think we should create that. Yeah.
It could just be that he's feeling healthy now. Early in the year, the knee or whatever it was bothering him, and maybe that's beyond him now. Maybe it's just the bright lights. Maybe you're right, Chuck. Maybe that's why you're getting Al Horford stepping up in this game. But he's been great, and he's really the only reason they're hanging around. He and Jalen, I guess, as you said earlier, no one else has really come to play.
Has Rozier done anything tonight? I'm trying to check.
No. In fact, the chat line was hating on Rozier. Let me get the exact quote. Marcus says in all caps that Terry Rozier is a quote unquote waste, as Kyrie misses again. By the way.
Yeah, he's been real tough. Ugh. I mean, when Giannis is just bullying people, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. It's frustrating.
No, I mean. I think all you can do, and Horford gets another dunk, wide open off the look there from, I guess, Kyrie. I think the only thing you can do is, like I said, you gotta guard him like Simmons. You got to play way off him. Way off him. I think Scal pointed this out on the broadcast tonight. They've been looking to jump that spin move as
that was the 3.
Now. Giannis makes me eat my words a little bit there. I'll gamble with that all day long.
I'm with you. I'm with you. That's
how you got to guard him. If he's making those, then you're going to lose. So just hope he doesn't make those. That's what I would say. So we got
Tatum's got to pick up the pace here too. We need more from him. Definitely, he's only taken 10 shots. Needs more.
And he had the one dunk right in the first half that everybody was going nuts for. And short of that, it's been a quiet showing for him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind any of that. I don't mind any of Giannis. If he's going to kick out to these shooters, let those guys shoot.
But you got to get the rebounds.
Let Brook Lopez fire away. No, that's true. You got to rebound, and they've generally done a good job with that tonight. But I'm okay with Giannis kicking. I'm okay with that all day long.
There were a couple plays where they sealed Giannis in the paint, and you stop him, but he's just so strong and springy that he ended up getting his own offensive rebound, and then he puts it right back up, and he's so hard to contain. It's just frustrating as hell.
So Celtics, I think the accurate thing to do is say hanging around. It's not like they're playing well. It's not like Milwaukee's playing well. It's been kind of an ugly slog of a game, really, for most of it. C's trail 84-77. About midway through the fourth quarter, 7:29 to go in Milwaukee. I begged, I pleaded, Chuck, and we got a little action on the fan line. Upper right-hand corner of your screen if you want to get in line, just like Tommy in Braintree has. He joins us here on the fan line. What's going on tonight, Tommy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's up?
Hey, Tommy.
Curious what your thoughts are on, like, kind of not that you have to remove this game from your minds, but take both these teams' seasons as a whole. Playoff series, 7 games. Can the Celtics outlast the Bucks, or is Giannis just going to wear them down over a 7-game series?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even if Milwaukee has home court, I still think Kyrie's an X factor in the playoffs, and I still think the Celtics have enough weapons offensively to beat them. I mean, it wouldn't be easy. I don't think it would be easy, but I think they could beat Milwaukee.
Tommy, what do you think?
I truly wish I knew. I don't know enough.
You have a feeling either way? 51-49. You don't have a feeling either way?
I would just have to root for as a fan, like I'd have to root for the Celtics. I'd have to believe they figure it out in 7-game series. I mean, well, their record before the All-Star break, those like last 15 games was pretty good, despite all that nonsense that came up. So like, there's no reason to believe they can go in the playoffs. And I know Giannis is incredible, but I mean, they did it last year. There's no real reason to think, I guess, they couldn't do it again. I don't know too many of the underlying stats, but.
Yeah, well, Tommy, we appreciate you joining us there on the fan line again. Upper right-hand corner of your screen. I mean, look, I've said before, I'll say it again. I'm not a big believer in the Bucks. I don't trust a lot of those shooters around Giannis. So 7-game series, I'm with you, Chuck. I don't care where the series is, and it's going to be in Milwaukee. Celtics are not catching Milwaukee or Toronto. They're not catching those teams. So they're going to be on the road starting in round 2. It doesn't bother me if they're on the road in Milwaukee. At Air Canada Center or whatever the hell they call it now, in Toronto, that scares me, and that team scares me more. I would pick the Celtics against the Bucks, though. I definitely would.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So here's your guy Tatum, which again you need a little bit more out of. He can get into his ISO game a little bit, which he did there. And Celtics again teetering. 6 minutes to go here. Chance to get this up to double digits. I think for the first time for Milwaukee, as Middleton rims out. So, again, I asked you a few minutes ago if that was a danger area. Is this a danger area, Chuck? It's feeling like it.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more offense. I mean, they still only have 77 points. And there's Kyrie.
Hey,
I mean, I'll take it.
Why would I doubt the deep 3 from Kyrie?
I mean, it beats watching Rozier fire one up in Brickett. So, at this point, if anyone's going to get hot, it's going to be Irving and maybe Tatum. So, I just that's the only shot we have to win this game, and a couple strong defensive plays by Smart.
There we go.
So there's no on that, right?
Nothing. That was Rozier who threw it. Yeah. That was Rozier.
No, but there's no foul. I mean, Tatum didn't get fouled on that dunk attempt. Come on,
I thought he did. I mean, me.
That's garbage.
I thought that was contact for sure.
I mean. Yes.
There you go. See, that doesn't matter. Points all even out. So there you go. Who's the idiot asking if it was a danger area for the Celtics? Who's that?
You got to ask these questions.
It's now a 2-point game, 85-83 with Tatum and Kyrie knocking down. I guess I would call them back-to-back threes. That's not really accurate. Within a couple of possessions of one another. I'm with you. I don't know how Tatum wasn't fouled there.
No, I mean, Giannis is spectacular at those chase down blocks now, right? But in that case, it's like, I think the refs, you see how a player, clearly he's talented and he's ascending, but you can see when the referees just kind of give him the benefit of the doubt on all these plays now. And that's what really pisses you off. Yeah,
I thought his block on Rozier in the first half was a very clear block. I didn't think there was any contact there. That one looked like there was some contact. Again, fan line, upper right-hand corner of your screen, about 5 minutes to go. Celtics down by 2 points. You look over the box score, it's actually more impressive than it feels with just as many guys scoring as many points as they have. We've talked about this a few different times. I think there's 2 guys who have played well tonight. If you just ask me to think about it off the top of my head, I think there's 2 guys who have played noticeably well, Horford and Jaylen Brown. I mean, Morris is in double figures. He's struggling to shoot it. Tatum's been better than I realize. It doesn't translate, but sometimes he can be quiet. 15 and 9. He's shooting 50% from the field, so maybe I got to give Tatum bigger credit for his night. The one that stands out, obviously, is Kyrie at 6 for 21. I have felt tonight that he's either shot, which he's done a ton of, 21, or he's almost gone for the flashy pass, the behind the back pass, the between his legs pass, an extra kick when he's basically at the rim out to an open shooter. Like, he's either going for the highlight pass or he's going for the shot. I think getting Kyrie to kind of find a balance there would be huge, and I would be okay. And I know he just knocked down a big three, and I know he's their closer. I would be okay. Normally I say, hey, there's 5 minutes to go. It's Kyrie time. Like, let Kyrie take this over. I hope he doesn't do that yet. I mean, in the final minute or two, you got to do that with your superstar. It's the NBA. I don't want it to be the Kyrie show yet, because it feels like the balance is the way to go, and running things through Horford is the way to go tonight.
Right. Well, can you believe that Horford's shooting 6 for 18? So
it feels like he's playing great.
He is playing great, but he's taken a lot of shots. When's the last time he's taken 18 shots?
That's a great question. When's the last time he had 16 rebounds?
So that's a little surprising. The best shooter on the night has been Brown, who's 6 for 9. So we'd want to keep him out there. Morris, he's been. So that's the thing. If you don't want to see the Kyrie takeover show, then who do you want taking the shots? Tatum, I'd say yes. He's shooting 50%.
I'd be getting Horford touches. I know he's not shooting well, and that number actually surprises me, 6 for 18. But I would be getting Horford touches. Let him facilitate. That's where I'd be going. Let's see it again. I missed the replay. I'm sorry. I mean, that's contact. That's more ball than I thought. That's more ball than I thought, but that's contact. There's a nice 3 for Tatum. Let's see here. Let's see. We're getting some people weighing in on the chat. Again, fan lines in the upper right-hand corner of your screen here on Fourth Quarter Live. Adam Jones from the Sports Hub. Chuck McKenney from Reds Army. Steven says, seems like the offense isn't fluid when Kyrie is playing. There's no ball movement. How have you thought the ball has moved tonight?
I thought it's moved.
I kind of have too. I think that's a more generic criticism of Kyrie and the offense. Yeah. I think tonight it's moved. I think it can stick, but it hasn't felt like it's stuck a lot tonight. I agree.
He missed a lot of shots. I don't get that sense tonight.
DA, I don't know if that's Damon Amendolara. DA says Kyrie should have at least 10 assists in this game, and that's barely trying. And I don't know if that's a criticism of the shooting or Kyrie not setting his teammates up, but Kyrie misses again, and now he's going to be way behind the play on this one, Chuck. Yeah. Let's see when he gets in the screen. Let's see when he gets – there he is. There he is.
It's terrible that Yabusele's out there. They had to give Horford a break because his minutes were so high.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yabu's out there.
Oof.
Yeah, so your lineup right now is Yabu, Morris, Smart, Tatum, and Kyrie. By the way, why did Giannis slow that down? He had numbers. Why do you slow that down? Kyrie's laying down behind the play. What are you doing?
He had Smart on him. He had to reassess what he was going to do.
I guess.
Just amazing. You just watched. Now, Smart definitely fouled him, but Giannis twice with his offhand was just basically clearing out Smart, chopping him down. And then he lets the star players do that. It's just,
I don't disagree that Giannis. I thought he got away with a travel late in the third quarter. I think right before we got on. I mean, he's gotten some favorite. Ugh, that's gross. Like I'd let him do that. I'd let him do that all day. Not the calls, excuse me. But those threes, I'd let him pull those all day long.
Tatum, mid-range, but I'll take it.
I was gonna say, I gotta be honest. I'd let Tatum shoot those too, but he made his. I would. That's where I'd want Tatum shooting from if I were the Bucks. I thought Budenholzer was going to slow this down and take a timeout.
I think they gave Yabusele a total of 40 seconds. Horford's back in the game.
just a quick blow. So Let's see. What do you want Brown in this game down the stretch? We did a little lineup talk when we did the Lakers game last time, and I feel like you especially were very on the nose about which lineup should be out there. I could go for some Jalen in this game over Marcus Morris. Other than that, I like this lineup.
Yeah, I would too. I'm with you.
Because Morris, I know he's another body to throw at Giannis, and he's probably a better match for Giannis than Jalen, but that feels like the better guy to get in the game, especially when you need some offense. Horford.
Shot. Yeah, let's see. So I think they're trying to square up. Where's Morris? He's down on Ilyasova.
Yep. He's kind of tucked in the corner. Or is that Lopez?
Lopez?
Yeah, Lopez, I think.
So that's tough.
All right, 2-point game.
Brown out there.
3. Kyrie says, I'll step up with another monster 3.
Woo!
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey, I mean, do I like the shot? No, not a very smart shot, but Kyrie's not afraid to shoot it. We know that about him. I mean, this is like the Lakers game all over again, by the way. Yeah. Kyrie stunk all night and then hits a big shot at the end. Yeah, that game didn't end well for the Celtics, but it's exactly the same feel.
Yes, Al. Square it up on Giannis. He went off his leg.
Let's see.
Jump ball.
Well, jump ball would be an awful call here. That is off.
Oh, it went off Al's leg. Okay. Shit.
Still. Good D. Taking away the baseline.
Great D. I thought it went off his own leg. So what are they going to give us?
I mean, a jump ball either way would have been a terrible. You can't call it a jump ball there.
They are calling
jump ball.
Nobody saw it. 3 reps. Nobody saw it.
Yeah. Well, the star's not getting the treatment there. That's that is a favorable Celtics call right there. Even Tommy's probably sitting there going, "Wow." There you go. Smart gets the loose ball.
Of course. All right. Let's see. It's going to be Horford. Yeah, Horford and Irving. No.
What do you think? Kyrie
in the post, which he's good down there, but Bledsoe's
going to pull. He's going to pull up. Nope. Okay.
That's a tough shot for Al.
That is not a great possession.
No. Here's your boy Brogdon.
Just a gross looking shot. And then say he's bad at it, just a gross looking shot.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so 1-point game, Celtics down 1. Still that same lineup we were complaining about before.
Oh, Kyrie lost it. Come on. Woo! All right, so there's been a few possessions now without Tatum even sniffing a touch. I'm not a fan of that, but
no one besides Irving and Horford have sniffed a touch.
Yeah, the last 2 possessions.
Oh.
That's too easy.
Yeah.
He feels like a 6'2" guard. Come on.
I always think Bledsoe's going to miss. No matter where he is on the floor, I always think he's going to miss. Ugh. Another Kyrie only possession, Chuck.
Yeah, that was ugly. Oh.
They called a foul?
Yeah. Kyrie's lobbying for.
I thought maybe they said Morris was on the baseline. Yeah, let's see this.
He fumbled it.
This is the make, of course.
That's the make. Yeah.
Of course, we see the make. Show us the last play. They're not going to show it to us. They only show makes on NBC Sports Positive.
Right at that point, it doesn't matter. We want to see either the foul that was or wasn't called on both ends. Yeah, I'd like to see.
I would like to get another look at that call. Yeah, as opposed to making a layup an hour ago. I'd like to see that last replay. Is what I would like to see. That's what I would like to see. But apparently, we don't get that. All right, 3-point game. You hunting the 3? You just going for the best look? I mean, it's too early.
Go for the best look here, which could be the 3. I'm assuming it's going to be a screen with Horford, but where's Tatum? Right, he's still in the deep corner.
He's in the corner.
I mean, that's a good look, and that's obviously a great shot there. But they're just using Tatum to spread out the floor.
It's got to be 4 or 5 possessions in a row, at least 4.
Yeah.
Where it's just Horford and Kyrie touching it. And it has had very mixed results. That worked. Whoa.
Get there. Oh, Middleton, right?
Well, I feel like I jinxed that. You can put that one on me. I feel like I jinxed that one. I was dumping on him earlier. I'm like, he can't be your second best player if you're going to win the East. But I mean, that was a wide open look.
That was a bit of a scramble, and he was. I'm trying to see where guys were. We couldn't see. They got out to Lopez in the corner, but I don't know how Middleton could be so open there.
Well, the whole defense collapsed on Giannis, right? Then it kicked to the corner. Everybody rotated on Brook Lopez, which I'd let Brook Lopez shoot. Then was there another touch in between, or did Lopez get it right to Middleton? I think he kicked it right to Middleton.
Yeah,
maybe there was a touch on the wing in between. But
so now there's 32 seconds left.
About just over 30 seconds,
and we're down 3.
Yep. This is you just let Kyrie go to the hoop, right?
No, well, I think they're going to try that same play with Horford, and if Horford's open on the 3-point line, they're going to go back to him.
See, I think Kyrie
drives, and then you look for Tatum. Yeah,
Kyrie's real good at this. These end of game situations. He's had a tough night. He's real good at these end of game situations where it's just he'll get up the court in 4 or 5 seconds and stick in a layup, and now the pressure's on the Bucks to make free throws. And outside of Middleton, are they a good free throw shooting team? Giannis isn't a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Brogdon is. I was
going to say Brogdon probably is. Lopez, for his size, probably is.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a quick layup here and put the pressure on her to make free throws. But if there's a three.
If it's there, yeah, I'd take it if it's there, considering the way we've shot tonight. But let's see.
And it is still Morris on the floor, which does not make sense to me. No, watch. He'll stick a game-tying 3, but I would have Jalen in over Morris.
Come on.
Yeah, that felt like a long time.
Yeah. Take the 2.
Right. I mean, that's quick. That's less than 5 seconds.
So, yeah, but now
if Giannis touches it, I would foul the fuck out of him. That's what I would do if it's Giannis.
Let's see. They're keeping it in Middleton's hands.
Do they have a timeout? They have a timeout. That's why they're doing this. Okay. I'm surprised they're playing defense.
Oh, man. Smart. Oh, get on it. Shit. Come on. He took it away.
Jump.
Smart is so goddamn good at that.
On that.
Look at that. Timeout.
Jumps. It's probably. I mean, that's probably the right call. I thought Smart
had the right call. Yeah.
I thought Smart had more of it.
Oh, so.
I mean, this is tough.
Milwaukee
that's true. So the shot clock doesn't reset.
So Milwaukee has to. It's almost going to be an automatic violation if Milwaukee gets off the court. Jesus.
Celtics are going to get a look. Celtics have to get a look.
Yeah. So if Milwaukee wins the tip, we could get it with 3.5 because then it would be.
And you can advance with a timeout. Yeah.
Wow, that looked. Wait a minute.
Don't you need 3/10?
Even for a tip? Even to tip it in? I thought 3/10 was a catch and shoot.
Let's see it again. Did he just shoot? Did he just tip right to Lopez? That is a tip. You're right. I thought he got more of a grab.
But the game clock moved and the shot clock didn't. So once Giannis tips it, the game clock moved, but the shot clock didn't. What's the rule there?
Freaking Milwaukee. Freaking Milwaukee. Let's hear a certain host on 98.5 The Sports. Let's hear him defend this. Let's hear him defend this clock operator in Milwaukee.
So that's what it has to be. It's Boston ball at 3.5.
I thought under 0.3 of a second. I know you can technically tip it, but I thought they almost always call, it takes too long. I thought that's what they almost always call.
But who's in possession of the ball once Giannis tips it? They start the clock. So somebody has to have possession at that point, right? I don't understand how one clock can move and the other one can't.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I'm a little in the weeds on this.
Me too.
But
well, let me check Twitter. I'm sure folks on there are clearing it up.
I mean, that's where I go for all my answers. That's where I go for all my answers is Twitter. So right now, Celtics down a point.
So do we get it at half court?
Say it again.
I hope we get the ball at half court.
Well, if not, they have a timeout, right? So can they advance? It's not going to be on the baseline, so they should be able to advance either way.
Yeah.
Apologies at home. I haven't perused my rule book recently, so I I have old college professors and play-by-play classes. Like, you're always supposed to carry a rule book for these situations. And you know what? I didn't listen that day. That's what I
right now trying to find this.
Yeah. Right. So Scal just said it. So they're going to call timeout. They'll advance it as long, if not on the baseline, so they can advance, and they'll run a play in the half court. Okay, 3.5 seconds, Chuck. Ready? 3.5 seconds. Is it anyone other than Irving?
It depends. Yes, it could be, because this is where Brad can draw up a great play. Again, I wouldn't sleep on Tatum, right? But I have a feeling he's going to go to Kyrie. What was that play that they had in Orlando where Hayward
yeah. Run that one again. That was a good play. I like that one quite a bit, didn't I? Great play. Great play. I was about to say I'd sub out Smart, but he's probably the inbounder, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, 3 seconds for Irving to catch anywhere. He can get a few dribbles.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He might get a layup in the half court with 3. Yeah, exactly. With a full head of steam off a screen, they might get a layup off this.
Right. So there's time to set a screen for him, even once he gets the ball. It'd have to be quick. But odds are we're going to see a fadeaway here, right? He's going to fade away. It's
probably.
He hasn't really gotten many calls. I don't know if that's going to deter him from trying to get to the basket, throw up a floater. But I'll take him fading away. It's like, the Paul Pierce elbow jumper. You live, you die by it.
Freaking clock. I can't get over the stupid clock operators.
Yeah.
Start one, not the other. Okay, Smart's going to trigger the inbound. It's got
4 across here. Who's coming?
It's got to be Kyrie off the screen. You got a full head of steam to the hoop, I would think. I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Tatum might wrap around first. No. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
There it is. Wow.
That was
ugly, huh?
That was ugly. Took forever to inbound. Lefty runner. Morris wanted a foul. There was a lot of contact. I mean, Morris actually has a case. There was a lot of contact away from the ball there, but not a good look.
Can we get a replay? Here we go.
Well, Morris is out of the screen.
While,
there.
But where's the? Oh.
Yeah. Not great.
There's contact there.
Are they going to show Morris? Show Morris. The NBC.
No, I don't think. I think Morris feels like Bledsoe really bodied Irving.
You think he wanted it on Irving? I thought Morris wanted it before the play. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, he didn't like it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm going to try to back it up. Horford did look open too. I mean, there was probably time for him to kick it over to Al, right before he flipped it up.
Well, I got to tell you, Chuck, we either get blowouts or we get real kicking the balls losses for the Celtics. That's what we get. Yeah. Kicking the ball losses for the Celtics. Rondo at the buzzer, or this thing tonight, or we get blowouts. That's our combination, Chuck. And I have good news for the people out there. We are planning on a Tuesday night broadcast. It'll be the Celtics and the Raptors on Tuesday night here on FanCred, fourth quarter live. I guarantee I won't be a part of it. I have responsibilities on the radio side that night, but check FanCred for all the latest updates. It sounds like Tuesday night's going to be a go, and hopefully the absence of me can get a little bit of good luck going for the Celtics again. Chuck, any final thoughts before we get out of here? That was a little haywire there at the end. So any final thoughts?
That was tough. It was just an ugly game, and it's unfortunate like that. And then knowing that, we got another tough game, Toronto next week, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but we got to play better. This was a real shit show for most of the game.
It was a shit show for most of the game. Not a bad way of putting it. All right, Chuck McKenney. I think he's going to be here on Tuesday for Celtics and Raptors. Again, check the listings on FanCred, and we will talk to you on fourth quarter live down the line. Enjoy the night.